Aquis Farm are giving Queensland breeders and in fact all mare owners some great incentives to breed to their Group 1 winning 2-year-old colt, The Mission. The son of Choisir is set to continue one of Australia's great sprinting dynasties. Jimmy, The Mission, a Group 1 winning 2-year-old, I mean, really say no more, I guess, but there's so much more to him, isn't there? I guess, being by Choisir, we know he's been such a great sire of generations now.
Absolutely, and the speed influence that Choisir's had globally is quite remarkable. He's sired 11 Group 1 winners, and especially with The Mission, he was a very, very tough and precocious 2-year-old, and I say that because he started his career in the first official Sydney barrier trials, and he continued that on, and he eventually won a Group 1 race at the end of the career as a 2-year-old. So he had a lot of toughness, and he was always up and running.
It's The Mission in front of Astoria, who's got the job to get The Mission.
The Baillier as well. I mean, that's become a very good race for 2-year-olds too. So, he did win a stakes race leading into the Champagne, of course. So, he's been able to do it a couple of times throughout that carnival. So again, that's pretty tough.
It is tough, and he's a sort of horse. He was a jump and run horse, and he was always in the front. If you ever see his racing pattern, he almost went start to finish. He had a lot of speed. Although he did win a Group 1 at a mile, at the end of the day, he's more of a outright 6-7 furlong sprinter that actually had the sustained speed to go and win a mile as a Group 1 2-year-old. So very, very tough horse.
He's letting down into a beautiful horse too. I mean, his coat looks fantastic. I mean, he's the archetypal, healthy, Australian-bred sprinter, isn't he?
Absolutely. He has a lot of scope about him too. He's just a strong horse, and when he walks, you just look at his walk. He's a powerful walker, and he's very easy when he walks. So no, just a lovely moving animal.
And his mum, of course, Maya Amelia, she's done the job. She's a reduced choice mare, but the half sister, Smart Amelia, has been a fabulous stakes performer and been in good form recently.
She has been, and the mum, she was the 2-year-old winner herself, and of course it is the family of Carry On Cutie, and she won the Champagne Stakes herself, just like The Mission. So no, it is a precocious family with a lot of speed in it.
And of course that means Reduced Choice and Choisir, the double Danehill, it's up there fairly close, and we're seeing a lot of success with that particular cross.
Absolutely. Look, you have some detractors, some people love the cross, but in saying that, the double Danehill has started to emerge. You just look at the Group 1 winners that have won in the last 12 months, Mission being one. We have Elise, you have Seabrook, and then you look at upcoming horses like Sandbar, who's heading towards the Golden Rose. He's double Danehill. So of course it's a cross, and Sunlight, of course, that we race. So, well, it's very prevalent nowadays, and luckily with a horse like him, it comes through Reduced Choice, and if you are going to get double Danehill, I'd love to have it through Reduced Choice.
And the fabulous bonus. I mean, there is so much money to be had for the person who breeds this horse. Whether the horse is sold as a yearling or not, the breeder gets these fabulous bonuses for winners by The Mission.
Yeah, the bonus, it's not only new to Australia, it's actually the first of its kind in the world. And we've thought that with a horse like him that has had so much 2-year-old ability, it's basically a challenge to the breeders. Can you win? Can you breed a 2-year-old winner? And if you can, we'd love to reward you for it. And the scheme's very simple, and it rewards the breeder because they put in all the hard work. The deal is simple. If you breed a country or a provincial 2-year-old winner anywhere in Australia, the breeder gets $25,000. If you breed a midweek metropolitan winner, there's $50,000 to the breeder. If you breed a Saturday 2-year-old winner, metropolitan, you get $100,000, and it's a scale that keeps going up. And you can almost win $1 million if you breed a Group 1 winner. So it's just a fabulous bonus. And if you think about it, there are 800 plus 2-year-old races in Australia. And if you analyze the scheme, you actually make more money on the scheme as a breeder than actually the prize money earned by certain horses. So it is very lucrative, very lucrative.
As I said, even if you sell that horse, it is the breeder that actually gets the money, isn't it?
Exactly. Even if you're trading mares in foal, or you have a business where you sell weanlings, you are considered the breeder of the horse. And wouldn't you like to sit on a couch on a Saturday afternoon 2 years later and you get a 2-year-old winner, and hooray, here jumps in 100 grand. So no, it's a great scheme. And Mr. Fung, he specifically designed the scheme to reward the breeders that support the stallion. So that's a fabulous way of introducing something new in Australian racing and breeding.
So speaking of the breeders, in Queensland, there's a lot of parochialism, isn't there? Being a smaller breeding state, I guess. What's been the reaction from breeders? Because it's fabulous to have a Group 1 winning 2-year-old in the state being stood at Aquis.
Absolutely. Look, we are a two-state operation and we don't discriminate. This horse could have stood in any state on any roster. He's a Group 1 winning 2-year-old. Only 5 horses can win a 2-year-old Group 1 race in a year. But he suits our Queensland roster really well. We already have a son of Shwazir in the Hunter, in Divine Prophet. So we thought it would be good to place him there. And he's been really, really well supported. Even before the scheme was announced, there was a lot of interest in the horse. And mind you, a horse of his profile and a Group 1 winning 2-year-old hasn't retired in Queensland in over a decade. That's a really long time. So now, the Queensland breeding industry has been very kind to Aquis, and this is just a way of us giving something back to them with a lovely horse like the Mission.
Some very good points there. What in your view, we keep talking about these stallions retiring, they were 2-year-old winners, that, everyone that ticks the box, the typical line. But what to you makes this fella stand out as, obviously a Group 1 winning 2-year-old, but what makes him different to all the rest?
I reckon the thing that stands him out the most for me is his toughness. He did come out back as a 3-year-old. He was just a couple of lengths behind horses like Trapeze Artist and Red Zell. And mind you, as a 3-year-old, this horse started in 7 individual Group 1 races. So, Paul Perry never dodged the bullet with the horse. He never, took the horse as an easy option in another race. He went to 7 Group 1 races, and it was very close on good ground at weight for 8 scale against really good sprinters. So, just a tough horse and sound.
And the numbers are good? You're getting the support within Queensland?
Numbers are very good. Not only Queensland, actually, we've had a lot of support for the horse from New South Wales breeders, and we actually specifically brought him down for the Stallion Parade weekend because a lot of people wanted to see him. And he's been very well received.
All right, well, best of luck and look forward to seeing the little babies out same time next year.
Thank you very much.